In the space of health and wellness and longevity, people are getting very justifiably confused. Because over these past few years, there have been two very major messages that seem to be somewhat mutually exclusive. On one hand, we've got the understanding that in caloric restriction and in eating generally less food, you're going to see better health span, better longevity, longer life. And that is true. We see a lot of that, especially when you look at the blue zones and you look where people are living particularly longer, is that when you're eating generally less food overall, there's less toxicity in the body, there's all kinds of hormonal health benefits, and therefore people generally can live longer and have better health span. Now, on the other hand, we're also being told to eat more protein, that we're undernourished, we're undermuscled, and that we need to eat more protein so that we can better gain or at least sustain the muscle tissue that you have on your body. So you might be asking yourself, well, which is it? On one hand, I'm being told eat a lot more calories of protein. On the other hand, I'm also being told to eat fewer calories overall, and that both of these are going to greatly impact my longevity. So my take on this is that both are true. And it's not that one has to counter the other. You do generally want to eat fewer calories than most of you are probably already eating as a general habit. Okay. Certainly there are going to be some exceptions there, but in general, most people are overeating and at the same time, they're still not getting enough protein. So it's kind of a funny thing. We need to bring down our total calories, yet make a higher percentage of those calories come from protein. And I've talked about this in a few of my other videos, but just to sum it up briefly, when you're getting enough protein in your diet, you're more likely to sustain the muscle tissue that you have or even grow more muscle tissue with the right stimulus. But for people who aren't getting enough protein, and that's most people, you have almost no chance of growing or even really sustaining your muscle tissue year after year. And without that muscle tissue, you're at more risk of almost every kind of health problem. Most specifically and most directly, problems like loss of balance, loss of posture, biomechanical errors in your movements. You'll get anterior pelvic tilt because you just won't have as much muscle on your body to perform more healthy movements and also just to move more. People with less muscle experience more fatigue. So if they go for a walk, they burn out quickly, they come home. They go to a facility where there's an elevator or the stairs, they're more likely to end up taking the elevator because they have less muscle mass and the stairs become more of a challenge. So in the grand scheme of everything, what we want to be thinking about here is how to get just the right meal plan where you're not getting any excess calories, especially from carbs or from fats, but at the same time, you're also not undervaluing your protein intake, that you're not getting too little protein. Before I wrap this up, I do need to point out that the RDA on protein is not the optimal amount of protein that you should be consuming. The RDA is like barely enough just to keep you functional. It's not enough to let you thrive. And of course, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to thrive. So anyway, I hope this perspective has been helpful. If you're wondering, well, how exactly do I do this? We have lots of equations that can go into figuring out exactly how many total calories you should be having, what percentage of those calories should be coming from protein, and then we can help you in meal planning. You can work with myself or potentially with somebody else at PPT, and we can help you to get the right meal plan that's going to work for your psychology and for your lifestyle and still give you what's needed. So feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can comment down below. If you've liked this video or gotten any value from it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And of course, you can also call me or visit my websites. They're in the description as well. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next time.